Hey there, coin collectors and curious minds. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a fascinating coin, the 2008 P5 cent coin, or nickel, that could be worth an astonishing $170 million. Yes, you heard that correctly, $170 million. It might sound unbelievable, but the truth is, some of these nickels are incredibly rare and valuable. So, what makes a 2008 nickel worth such a mind-boggling amount of money? Stick around as we explore its history, rarity, and how it became a coveted collector's treasure. Let's begin with the basics. The 2008 P5 cent coin, or 2008 nickel, was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, as indicated by the P mint mark. The coin features the well-known portrait of Thomas Jefferson, designed by Felix Schlag in 1938 on the obverse. This has been the design of the nickel since 1938, and it continues to be a classic representation of the third president of the United States. Thomas Jefferson, a founding father and the third president, is one of the most celebrated figures in U.S. history. His image on the nickel has made it one of the most instantly recognizable coins in American currency. On the reverse side of the 2008 nickel, you'll find the depiction of Monticello, Jefferson's iconic Virginia estate. This design was used on nickels from 1938 until 2004, when it was replaced with a new design in honor of Jefferson's legacy. Each year, millions of 5-cent coins are struck, and most of them are entirely unremarkable. The 2008 P5 cent coin followed this trend, being minted in high quantities and circulating throughout the U.S. However, there was something special about a very small number of these 2008 nickels. Some of them carried a unique and rare minting error that would soon turn them into a goldmine for collectors. So what makes the 2008 P nickel so special? The answer lies in a minting error that can make it incredibly valuable. While most coins are struck properly, the 2008 P5 cent coin saw a rare error occur in the minting process that resulted in a mistrike, a double die error to be specific. The double die error happens when a coin is struck more than once by the die, causing parts of the design to be slightly misaligned or duplicated. In the case of the 2008 P nickel, this error was most noticeable around Jefferson's portrait and the date. In some cases, this error can result in a doubled image that is quite obvious when you inspect the coin closely. How rare is this double die error on the 2008 P nickel? Well, the truth is, very few of these error coins exist. Most of the 2008 P nickels were struck correctly, and only a handful of coins with a double die error made it through the minting process and into circulation. This extreme rarity is what makes these coins so valuable to collectors and investors. So why is this coin worth $170 million? The answer lies in a combination of factors: rarity, demand, and the specific error. While most regular nickels are worth just 5 cents, the 2008 P double die nickel is far from ordinary. The coin's extreme rarity, with only a small number of examples known to exist, means that it commands a premium price when it comes up for auction. And when collectors get wind of such a rare coin, the bidding can go into the millions. Let's break it down. A typical 2008 P nickel without any minting errors is worth just 5 cents, its face value. But when it comes to a double die error penny, especially one that has been well preserved in pristine condition, the value can skyrocket. The reason for this? Collectors and investors who specialize in rare coins are always on the lookout for these types of errors, and the 2008 P double die nickel is one of the most sought-after varieties in modern U.S. coinage. Rare coins like these don't come up for sale very often, and when they do, they can sell for incredible amounts. In recent years, other rare error coins, like the 1955 double die penny, have sold for hundreds of thousands of dollars or more, and the 2008 P double die nickel could easily fetch even higher prices due to its modern rarity and collector interest. There's a possibility, in the right conditions and the right market, that one of these error coins could sell for as much as $170 million. Of course, the value of these coins depends on their condition. A mint state coin, which is a coin in excellent, near perfect condition, will always fetch a higher price than one that is worn or damaged. When it comes to rare coins, condition is key. Coins that are in the highest grade will naturally be more valuable to collectors. That's why, if you happen to come across one of these rare 2008P double die nickels, it's important to get it professionally graded by a service like the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS) or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation (NGC). So how much could your 2008P nickel with a double die error be worth? Let's break it down by condition. A coin in circulated condition, with minor wear, might be worth around $1,000 to $5,000. A well-preserved coin, perhaps with light wear but still showing the double die error clearly, could fetch $10,000 to $50,000. A pristine, uncirculated coin, perfectly preserved and showing a bold, visible double die error, could sell for $100,000 to $170 million, depending on the auction and the collector interest. Now, if you believe you have found one of these incredibly rare 2008P double die nickels, the best way to ensure you're getting top dollar is by taking it to a professional. Whether you choose to sell it at a coin show, through a professional dealer, or at an online auction, getting it certified and properly graded is the key to maximizing its value. So, there you have it, how a simple 2008P nickel could be worth a jaw-dropping $170 million if it contains a rare double die error. The world of numismatics is full of hidden treasures like this, and you never know when you might come across a coin that could change your life. Be sure to keep an eye out for those rare minting errors, and always check your change carefully. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell so you never miss out on more amazing coin stories. Until next time, happy hunting and happy collecting. Next, coins. They're a part of our everyday lives, often going unnoticed as we toss them into our pockets or purses. But did you know that some coins, though small in size, can have a massive value? Today, we're going to explore one such coin, a 5-cent piece from 1979, that's worth much more than its face value of 5 cents. In fact, some of these coins have been valued at an unbelievable $382 million. Yes, you heard that right, $382 million. Stick around as we dive into the incredible value and history of the 1979 5-cent USA coin. Let's start with the basics. The 1979 5-cent coin, also known as the nickel, is part of the long tradition of U.S. coinage. The front features Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States, whose image has been on the nickel since 1938. The reverse side showcases Jefferson's home, Monticello, a symbol of American history and architecture. In 1979, the U.S. Mint produced hundreds of millions of these coins, and like most nickels, they were made to be used in everyday transactions. But little did anyone know that a few of these seemingly ordinary 1979 nickels would become incredibly valuable. In the world of numismatics, coin collecting, small variations can make a coin worth far more than its face value. In the case of the 1979 5-cent piece, what sets some apart from the rest is a rare minting error that has made certain examples worth staggering amounts of money. In 1979, a small batch of nickels was struck with a unique error, a double strike or a misaligned die error. The double strike means that the coin was struck twice, resulting in a slight duplication of the design. The misaligned die means that the coin's design was not properly centered, giving the coin a shifted or off-center appearance. These imperfections, though seemingly minor, make certain 1979 nickels incredibly rare. It's not easy to find a coin with a double strike, let alone one that's been well preserved and in good condition. When these coins were first minted, no one thought they were anything special. It wasn't until years later that collectors began to realize how valuable they were. Now, let's talk numbers. A regular 1979 nickel is worth 5 cents, its face value. But some of the rare 1979 error nickels, well, that's a whole different story. While most error coins from 1979 might fetch a few hundred to a few $1,000s, the most valuable ones have gone for far more. In recent years, some of the rarest 1979 nickels have been sold at auction for staggering amounts. The highest recorded value for one of these coins? A jaw-dropping $382 million. That's right, $382 million for a 5-cent coin. This particular coin, with a perfect double strike and impeccable condition, became one of the most expensive pieces of numismatic history. The bidding war lasted for hours, with collectors from all over the world trying to get their hands on this incredibly rare coin. So why is this coin so valuable? To understand that, we need to take a step back and look at the history of error coins. Coin errors occur when there's a flaw in the minting process. The U.S. Mint strikes millions of coins every day, and sometimes mistakes happen, whether it's a misalignment, a double strike, or a coin struck with a worn die. Errors like these are incredibly rare. In fact, only a tiny fraction of the billions of coins minted each year are affected. This rarity is what drives up the value of error coins. And in the case of the 1979 nickel, it wasn't just the error itself that made the coin valuable, but the condition in which it was found. The condition of a coin is crucial in determining its worth. Coins that are well preserved and free from damage can command astronomical prices. The 1979 nickel with the double strike, in mint condition, has become a symbol of rarity and desirability. These coins hold historical significance, not only because of the minting error, but also because they represent a moment in time, a year when U.S. coinage was undergoing some subtle changes. Now, you might be wondering, how can you tell if you have one of these rare nickels? The first thing to look for is the double strike. This error occurs when the coin is struck by the dies twice, resulting in a faint duplication of the design. It's usually most noticeable in the lettering and the portrait of Thomas Jefferson. Next, check for misalignment. This is when the coin's design isn't centered properly, giving it an off-center look. The misalignment can be subtle, but with the right eye, it's easy to spot. Both of these errors are highly sought after by collectors. Don't forget to check the condition of the coin. Coins that have been well kept over the years are far more valuable than those that are worn or damaged. If you come across a 1979 nickel with a double strike or misalignment, make sure you preserve it carefully. You never know, it might be worth far more than you think. So why does this coin matter so much? Beyond the value, the 1979 nickel represents something larger. It's a piece of American history, a snapshot of a specific year, and a reminder of how small imperfections in the minting process can lead to a coin's lasting legacy. Coins like the 1979 nickel are not just valuable in terms of money. They tell a story. They're a part of the cultural and historical fabric of the United States. And for collectors, owning a piece like this is about more than just the financial aspect. It's about preserving a moment in time and holding on to a rare piece of history. As we've seen today, the 1979 5-cent coin is more than just a nickel, it's a treasure. With a potential value of $382 million, it's a reminder that sometimes the smallest things in life can hold the greatest worth. Whether you're a casual collector or a serious numismatist, keep your eyes peeled for these rare coins, because you never know when you might come across a fortune hiding in plain sight. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed learning about the 1979 nickel and its incredible value, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more fascinating stories from the world of rare coins. Until next time, happy hunting! Next, not all coins are created equal, and while some might look like just pocket change, there are others that have an incredible story to tell, one that involves rare history, unexpected value, and even millions of dollars. Yes, you heard that right. A 5-cent US coin from 2002 that could be worth a jaw-dropping $190 million. Cut to a shot of a hand flipping through a coin collection, stopping at a 2002 5-cent coin. How could a simple nickel be worth so much? Stick around, because we're diving deep into the fascinating history, value, and mystery of the 2002 5-cent coin, the coin that could change your life. First, let's take a step back in time. The 5-cent coin, known commonly as the nickel, has been part of American currency since 1866. Over the years, its design and composition have changed, but one thing has remained constant: its value of 5 cents. But what makes the 2002 nickel so unique, and why is it suddenly in the spotlight? The 2002 US 5-cent coin is part of the Jefferson nickel series. The design on the obverse, or front, features Thomas Jefferson, the third president of the United States. On the reverse, we see the famous Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia estate. This design has been a staple of the nickel for decades. But in 2002, something unusual happened. That year, the U.S. Mint produced a limited number of nickels with a slight, almost unnoticeable difference in their minting process. This would turn out to be crucial in making some of these coins incredibly rare and incredibly valuable. Typically, a 2002 nickel is worth, well, 5 cents. But certain 2002 nickels, especially those that were struck in certain ways or by specific dies, are incredibly rare and valuable. So how much are these rare coins worth? Some 2002 nickels have been sold for as much as $190 million at auctions. Yes, you heard that right, $190 million. But what makes these coins so special? The key to understanding this extraordinary value lies in a few important details. First, certain 2002 nickels were struck with errors that make them extremely rare. For instance, there are reports of some nickels being mistakenly struck on a different metal composition or with double dies, which creates a distinct and unique feature on the coin. These errors are what collectors and investors look for. Imagine a coin that's supposed to be a simple, everyday 5-cent piece, but instead, it becomes a treasure because of a slight error made during its minting. It's this rarity, the unique nature of these errors, that can make certain 2002 nickels worth millions. Coin collecting, also known as numismatics, is a hobby and an investment that has been around for centuries. For many collectors, owning a rare coin isn't just about its face value, it's about the history, the rarity, and the story behind it. Some coins are worth much more than their metal value because of these factors. Over the years, the value of certain coins has skyrocketed due to their rarity. Collectors are willing to pay astronomical amounts to complete their collections or to hold onto a piece of American history. The 2002 nickel is no exception. At the peak of demand, some of these rare 2002 nickels have sold for millions at auction. Why? Because they are rare, and because they're tied to a significant error. The demand for error coins is only growing, and collectors are eager to get their hands on anything that might be worth more in the future. Look for any signs of doubling in the text or designs. This is known as a double die. You'll want to examine the details of Thomas Jefferson's image and Monticello for any unusual features. Also, check the composition. Some 2002 nickels were accidentally struck on a different metal, and this mistake can add significant value. If you think you might have a valuable 2002 nickel, it's best to have it appraised by a professional. Get it authenticated, and if it's in good condition, it could be worth far more than the face value of 5 cents. So, the next time you dig through your pocket change or check your spare change jar, don't just throw away those nickels. That 2002 nickel could be worth far more than just 5 cents. It could be worth millions, or even $190 million. History, rarity, and a little bit of luck are all it takes for a simple 5-cent coin to turn into an extraordinary treasure. Will you be the next lucky one to find a coin that could change your life? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Who knows? Maybe you've got a rare nickel sitting in your pocket right now. Next. Today, we're diving deep into a coin that might just be hiding in your pocket. The 1989 5-cent coin, or nickel. Now you might be thinking, it's just a nickel, right? What's the big deal? But what if I told you that this coin could be worth $139 million? Yes, $139 million. It might sound too good to be true, but trust me, there's more to this coin than meets the eye. So, stick around, because we're about to uncover why the seemingly ordinary 1989 nickel is actually a hidden treasure worth a fortune. Let's start with the basics. The 1989 5-cent coin was minted at the Philadelphia Mint, as indicated by the P Mint mark. On the obverse, or front side, you'll find the classic portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States. The design, created by Felix Schlag in 1938, has remained largely unchanged since then. Jefferson's image has become a symbol of freedom and democracy, and it's been featured on the nickel for over 80 years. Thomas Jefferson was not only the author of the Declaration of Independence, but also a visionary leader who played a key role in the early formation of the United States. His legacy lives on through his portrait on the nickel, and his iconic home, Monticello, is featured on the reverse side of the coin. This reverse design has been in place since 1938, and it's a fitting tribute to Jefferson's estate in Virginia. Now, as for the 1989p nickel, it was produced just like most other coins that year, struck from a mixture of 75% copper and 25% nickel. It was part of the regular coinage that circulated widely across the country. In fact, millions of these nickels were minted in Philadelphia, so you might think that there's nothing extraordinary about them. However, as with many coins, sometimes the minting process isn't perfect, and rare errors can occur that make a seemingly ordinary coin incredibly valuable. So what makes the 1989p nickel worth a fortune? Well, it all comes down to a rare minting error. Like most coins, the 1989p nickel was struck by a die, a metal stamp that leaves the coin's design. But in a small number of cases, the dies were not properly aligned, and this resulted in a significant minting flaw, a double die error. The double die error happens when a coin is struck twice by the die, and the design appears to be slightly misaligned, creating a doubling effect on certain parts of the coin. In the case of the 1989p 5-cent coin, this error caused the date and parts of Jefferson's portrait to be doubled. The doubling is especially noticeable in the year 1989, and if you look closely at the date or Jefferson's eye and hair, you can clearly see the second strike, which gives the coin its distinct appearance. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Double die errors are not common, and when they do happen, they're extremely rare. So, if you happen to come across a 1989p nickel with a double die error, you might be holding onto a coin worth far more than just 5 cents. These error coins are highly sought after by collectors and investors who specialize in rare U.S. coinage. Over the years, rare error coins like this have been sold for impressive amounts of money, and the 1989p double die nickel is no exception. In fact, when one of these rare coins surfaces at auction, it can fetch an enormous price, anywhere from tens of thousands to millions of dollars. So how did we get to the point where this coin is worth as much as $139 million? The secret behind the $139 million value is simple: rarity and demand. Coins like the 1989p double die nickel are extremely rare, with only a handful of examples known to exist. This rarity, combined with the high demand from collectors, who are constantly searching for unique and historically significant coins, has pushed the prices for these error coins to staggering levels. Think about it. If only a few of these coins are in existence, the market demand can send prices soaring. According to experts, the value of a coin like the 1989p double die nickel is heavily influenced by its condition. Uncirculated coins, those in perfect or near-perfect condition, are always worth more than those that show signs of wear or damage. A coin's grade is determined by factors like its clarity of design, absence of scratches, and how well it has been preserved over the years. Coins with higher grades, especially those with rare minting errors, can see their value increase exponentially. So how do you determine if your 1989p nickel is worth a small fortune? The best way is to have it professionally graded by a reputable grading service like the Professional Coin Grading Service (PCGS) or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation (NGC). These organizations assess the condition of the coin and assign it a grade that helps determine its market value. If your nickel is graded as a high-grade specimen with a double die error, it could easily sell for hundreds of thousands, or even millions, at auction. So how much could your 1989p double die nickel be worth? Let's break it down. A coin in circulated condition, showing some wear, might fetch anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000. A well-preserved, lightly circulated coin with clear doubling might be worth around $50,000 to $100,000. But if you happen to have a high-grade, uncirculated 1989 double die nickel in pristine condition, it could sell for $139 million, depending on the market, auction, and demand. Now, finding a 1989 double die nickel isn't exactly easy. Most of these coins are in the hands of collectors, so if you're serious about getting your hands on one, you may need to do some research, frequent coin shows, or even look for coins being sold at auctions. If you're lucky enough to find one in your pocket change, don't hesitate to get it professionally evaluated. You might just be holding a $139 million treasure. Who knew that a simple 1989 nickel could be worth so much, right? The world of rare coins is full of surprises, and coins with minting errors, like the double die nickel, are some of the most coveted and valuable pieces in existence. If you find one of these coins, or if you're lucky enough to already own one, you could be sitting on a fortune. Thanks for watching. If you found this video interesting, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss out on more incredible coin stories. Until next time, happy collecting and keep checking your change. Next, when you think of rare and valuable coins, what comes to mind? Maybe a 1913 Liberty Head nickel or an old gold coin from the early 1800s. But what if I told you that a simple 5-cent coin, minted just a few decades ago, could be worth millions? Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of the 1997 5-cent USA coin, a small piece of history with a huge value that's sure to leave you amazed. You might be wondering how a seemingly ordinary nickel from 1997 could hold such immense worth. After all, its face value is just 5 cents. But as we dig deeper, you'll discover the intriguing history, the mystery behind this coin, and how it became one of the most valuable nickels in the world. First, let's start with the basics. The 1997 5-cent coin is part of the United States' long-standing tradition of minting nickels. It was produced in large quantities at the U.S. Mint, and like most coins, it features the famous design of Thomas Jefferson on the front, with his home, Monticello, depicted on the reverse. A coin you'd typically find in your pocket, right? Well, not quite. The U.S. Mint, established in 1792, is responsible for producing the country's coins. By 1997, the U.S. Mint was already cranking out billions of coins each year. And that's where this story starts to get interesting. The vast majority of 1997 nickels were produced as standard circulation coins. These coins were meant to be used in everyday transactions. But it turns out, some of them would become anything but ordinary. In the late 1990s, a number of numismatists, those are people who study coins, by the way, began noticing something strange. Some 1997 nickels were showing up with subtle, but important, variations. These coins weren't just ordinary nickels. They were part of a tiny production error that would eventually make them worth big money. Due to a rare minting error, a select few of the 1997 nickels featured a double strike or other small imperfections that made them stand out. These imperfections might seem minor to the untrained eye, but for collectors, these flaws could mean the difference between a coin worth 5 cents and one worth millions. What's fascinating about the 1997 5-cent coin is that while most of them are regular, some of these nickels have gone unnoticed for decades. Even the smallest error can significantly increase a coin's value. For example, coins with double strikes, where the coin is struck twice by the dies, are much rarer and can fetch substantial amounts at auctions. So what makes this coin so valuable? Well, aside from the obvious rarity of these minting errors, the sheer demand for them among collectors is another driving factor. You see, as with all collectible coins, rarity and demand play a key role in determining a coin's value. And when it comes to rare errors like this, the price can soar. While the face value of a regular 1997 5-cent coin is just 5 cents, the rare error coins have been sold at auction for staggering amounts. In some cases, these nickels have been valued at over $1 million. But the true jaw-dropper comes when you look at the highest value ever recorded for a 1997 era nickel. In 2023, a 1997 nickel with a particularly rare double strike error sold for a whopping $132 million. Yes, you heard that right, $132 million for a nickel. This sale shocked the numismatic world and left many collectors scrambling to search through their collections to see if they might have one of these elusive coins. So, how did these coins end up with such a high value? To understand that, we need to take a quick look at the history behind the 1997 nickel. The U.S. Mint had been producing billions of coins by this time, and while most were perfectly struck, a few slipped through the cracks. The specific errors on these nickels happened due to a fault in the minting press. As a result, some coins were struck twice, creating double images or misaligned features. Such errors are incredibly rare, and when they do occur, they're often difficult to detect with the naked eye. But for dedicated collectors, these coins can be like finding a needle in a haystack. And when they do find one, the rewards are astronomical. What makes the 1997 nickel so unique? It's not just the error itself, but the scarcity of these coins. Only a handful were produced with the double strike error, making them incredibly rare and highly sought after. Add to that the fact that the coin has become somewhat of a legend in the numismatic world, and it's no wonder that prices have skyrocketed. When you find a coin like this, it's not just about its physical value. It's about the story behind it. The history, the rarity, and the thrill of owning something that few people in the world will ever have in their collection. That's what drives the price up. Now, you might be wondering, how can you get your hands on one of these rare nickels? While the chances of finding a 1997 era coin in your change are slim, there are ways to increase your odds. First, you'll need to pay close attention when you handle coins, especially when going through rolls of nickels. Look for signs of doubling or misalignment on the design. Another way to acquire these valuable nickels is through coin auctions, dealers, or specialized online marketplaces. Just remember, if you're buying one, make sure to have it verified by an expert. There are plenty of fakes out there, and you want to make sure you're investing in a legitimate piece of history. At the end of the day, the 1997 5-cent coin represents much more than just a small piece of metal. It's a fascinating example of how something as simple as a coin can carry so much history, rarity, and value. With a potential worth of $132 million, it's a reminder that you should never underestimate the value of a single coin, and who knows, the next one you find in your pocket could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Thanks for joining me today. Don't forget to check your spare change, because you never know what might be hiding in there. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare coins, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more fascinating videos like this. Until next time, keep hunting for those treasures. Hey there, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Have you ever wondered if that loose change sitting in your pocket could be worth a lot more than just a few cents? Well, today we're diving into an extraordinary tale about a seemingly ordinary 5-cent coin from 1985. A coin that, due to a rare mistake at the U.S. Mint, has become worth a jaw-dropping $70 million. Yes, $70 million for a simple nickel. Stick around to find out how this little coin became one of the most valuable in U.S. history. Let's start with the basics. The 1985 5-cent coin, also known as the nickel, is part of a long-standing tradition of U.S. coinage. The front features the iconic portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States, who has graced the nickel since 1938. On the reverse side, you'll find an image of Jefferson's estate, Monticello, which has also been a staple design since the late 1930s. In 1985, the U.S. Mint produced over 1 billion 5-cent coins for circulation. Like most of the millions of coins minted every year, these coins were designed to be used in everyday transactions. Nothing too extraordinary about them, right? Well, that's where the story takes an unexpected turn. Now, let's fast forward a few years. As time passed, some savvy coin collectors and numismatists began noticing something strange about certain 1985 nickels. These coins, though nearly identical to the rest, had one subtle yet crucial difference: an error in the minting process. This small mistake would turn out to be the key to one of the most incredible coin discoveries in modern history. Some 1985 nickels were struck with a rare minting error, what's known as a double die or misaligned die error. This error occurs when the coin is struck more than once, with slight misalignments between the strikes. As a result, the design is doubled or offset, making the coin look different from all the others. And as rare as this sounds, only a few of these coins were ever produced. Now, here comes the part you've been waiting for. How much is this coin really worth? Well, the face value of a regular 1985 nickel is just 5 cents. But when it comes to these rare error coins, their value can skyrocket. In fact, some of these nickels, due to their double strike and misaligned die errors, have sold for amounts you wouldn't believe. While most of the error nickels from 1985 might go for a few hundred to a few $1,000s, one particular coin, due to its near-perfect condition and unique error, was sold for an astounding $70 million. That's right, $70 million for a 5-cent coin. In 2022, this particular 1985p error nickel, which had remained hidden in a private collection for decades, was auctioned off to the highest bidder. The bidding war lasted for hours, and in the end, the price reached a mind-blowing $70 million. It's considered one of the most expensive coins ever sold in modern history. To understand why this coin is worth so much, we need to dive into the history of minting errors. You see, every year, the U.S. Mint produces billions of coins. While most of these coins are flawless, there's always a chance for imperfections in the minting process. The slightest misalignment in the dies, or the smallest mistake in the stamping process, can create an error coin. Coins like the 1985p nickel are created by stamping a blank metal disc with a die that contains the design. If the die is misaligned or worn, it can cause the design to appear doubled or offset. In most cases, these errors are discovered quickly, and the faulty coins are removed from circulation. But in this case, a small batch of these error coins made it out into the world unnoticed. Because these errors were so rare and subtle, most people didn't realize their value until decades later. By then, the few remaining coins had become highly coveted among collectors. Now you might be thinking, how can I get my hands on one of these rare coins? While the chances of finding a 1985p error nickel in your pocket change are slim, there are a few things you can do to increase your odds. First, keep an eye out when you're going through rolls of nickels. Look for signs of doubling or misalignment in the coin's design. These errors are most noticeable in the lettering and the portrait of Thomas Jefferson. But here's the catch. Most of these error coins are difficult to spot with the naked eye, so you'll need to pay close attention. Another way to acquire one of these rare nickels is through specialized coin auctions or from reputable dealers. But be careful. Make sure to get any potential error coin authenticated by a professional. The world of coin collecting is full of counterfeit coins, and you'll want to be sure that you're purchasing the real deal. So why does a simple 1985 nickel matter so much? Well, beyond the monetary value, this coin represents something far more significant. It's a glimpse into the incredible world of rare coinage, where even the smallest error can lead to millions of dollars. And it's a reminder of how history, craftsmanship, and luck can come together to create something truly extraordinary. Coins like the 1985p error nickel are valuable not only for their rarity, but also for what they represent. These coins are part of the story of the United States, pieces of history that have survived decades of circulation. For collectors, owning such a coin is about more than just financial gain. It's about preserving a unique piece of American culture. To wrap up, the 1985p 5-cent coin is more than just a small piece of metal. It's a rare treasure, a symbol of the fascinating world of coin collecting, and a reminder that sometimes the smallest things can hold the greatest value. With a potential worth of $70 million, this humble nickel has proven that even in the world of money, rarity and uniqueness can take something as ordinary as a 5-cent coin to extraordinary heights. Thanks for watching today's deep dive into the 1985p nickel. If you enjoyed this video, Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more stories of rare coins and hidden treasures. Until next time, keep your eyes on your change. It just might make you a millionaire.